Alright, let's dive into the whirlwind life of one of art's greatest legends, Vincent van Gogh. I always find it fascinating how Van Gogh, now a household name, started off as pretty much an unknown. Born in 1853 in the Netherlands, Vincent was the eldest son in a religious middle-class family. He bounced around odd jobs, bookstore clerk, art dealer, even a preacher, before finally picking up the paintbrush at age 27. That's pretty late, right? But hey, who says you can't start chasing your dreams later in life? Van Gogh wasn't exactly a people person. He struggled with mental health, loneliness, and intense emotions that seemed to spill out onto his canvases. His early work is somber, think muddy browns and scenes of hardworking peasants like the potato eaters. But when he moved to Paris in 1886, everything changed. He met other artists, discovered Japanese prints, and suddenly his colors exploded into life. Bright yellows, swirling blues, wild brushstrokes, and this is where it gets exciting. Over the next few years, Vincent poured his soul into painting, sometimes finishing a new piece almost every day. Think about that energy: sunflowers, starry nights, fields of wheat. They all burst with movement and feeling. He wrote hundreds of letters to his brother Theo, who was his rock, his confidant, and also, let's be real, his financial lifeline. Without Theo, we might never have known Van Gogh's genius at all. But Vincent's mental struggles never let up. In Arles, southern France, he painted some of his most famous works, but he also suffered. That infamous moment, yes, the ear incident, happened after a fight with his friend Gauguin. Van Gogh ended up in an asylum, but even there he kept painting. Starry Night? That was painted from his window. His life was short, a mere 37 years. In July 1890, after years battling his inner demons, Vincent died, likely by suicide. At the time, he'd sold only a single painting. Imagine that. But here's the twist. Now, over a century later, Van Gogh is celebrated everywhere. His wild, heartfelt art connects with millions, showing us beauty in pain, hope in struggle, and the power of expression. To me, Van Gogh's legacy isn't just about his paintings. It's about never giving up on your vision, no matter what the world says. So next time you see a swirl of yellow or a star-drenched sky, remember, behind every brushstroke there's a story of passion, resilience, and a soul determined to be seen. Thanks for joining me on this quick journey through Van Gogh's incredible life. If you loved this, stick around. There's so much more art to explore together.